So I did some nosing around on the previous server, and well, we can see upcoming we'll be going to be able to get a new companion. And that is, of course, with the Feast of Lanterns. Every year recently, they've been theming it with regards to that Chinese New Year. For example, you can see the entire list here with regards to the years of which animal it is. And 2022, we had the tiger. And 2023, yes, we'll be getting the rabbit. I'm actually pretty excited for 2024 coming with the dragon. We haven't had that I know in Neverwinter before. But that means, yes, we'll be getting a new companion and most likely additionally a new mount with a rabbit theme. And we can see it's called Rabbit Kit. Maybe that's not the finalized name. Again, all of this is a preview server, entirely open to change. But damn, doesn't it look cute? A little rabbit companion. Now it is going to be an augment, so it's just going to follow you around and provide you with a boost of stats. Unfortunately, nothing special. Accuracy, awareness, and critical avoidance. So somewhat viable for a tank who literally just wants to stack those defensive stats and additionally have a bit of extra damage through accuracy. Unfortunately, accuracy being the worst offensive stat. I would take power or combat advantage any day over that. But nonetheless, it's still somewhat viable for a tank to use. I don't see any other class really going to use it, except perhaps if you're running really challenging content and maybe you're running a challenge within that content, like Deathless, and maybe damage isn't so important. So stacking a bit of survivability through awareness and critical avoidance could be pretty useful, along with just giving a boost to accuracy, which you might already have not maxed out, because generally a DPS would use that as their dump stat. So it will have its places, but overall it's generally cosmetic. You can buy last year's companion fairly cheaply, I believe, from the auction house at just 50,000 astral diamonds, and this was much more viable companion for DPS players with the combat advantage, critical severity, and the forte. Near enough having all three offensive stats, just forte throwing it off a little bit, but still making it very much viable. But augments have kind of gone out of the meta, as it were. Still pretty decent for a newer player, as long as you prioritize getting a companion enchantment, which is this one right here. You can get fairly cheaply, well, I don't know the price right now, let's have a look, a legendary combat enchantment for 1.6 million. All things considered, that is pretty cheap compared to if you were to upgrade it from blue or green. You'd be spending a lot more than 1.6 million to get it there. You can either choose a combat enchantment or a companion enhancement, and companion enhancement or enchantment will massively increase the stats that an augment would give you. You can see 7,500 on mythic, and it's I believe 5,000 each for legendary, and then it doesn't actually matter what quality the companion is either. So yeah, it's a budget option there if you don't have the top end striker companion, especially if you can make use of the ratings. But again, the rabbit will be somewhat viable for tanks, but I would say if you really want to min-max on that survivability side of things, this butterfly augment with these stats and the cat with these stats are the two best companions still to run as augments for tanks, just giving you those defensive ratings that are the most useful. Other augments can have yes, defensive stats, but they might have hit points in addition, which could be viable for barbarian tank, I guess. But for the traditional fighter and paladin who just want defensive stats over hit points, then yeah, the butterfly or the cat is the way to go. You would run an augment if you're running content for the first time and there's a high chance of you dying. A dead tank is an utterly useless tank, so it's really important you don't die. First you stack survivability, then you go to team support. But otherwise, looking forward on the calendar, just take note that right now we do have leaps and bounds, so you can earn double progress. You get rewards by getting this bar up top here to 100%, and then you can claim a reward down in the bottom right. Leaps and bounds allows you to progress twice as fast, along with getting 2 rewards per day instead of maximum of only 1. Seals, great. You get these different seals, twice as much of them. Generally, you just get them through your random queues. Here, the trial queue with the dragon seals, and then like advanced dungeon, also some dragon seals, and the skirmish and dungeon, you just get those seals of the north. You will get dragon seals from doing ancient dragons as well, and you'll get more seals of the north for doing like heroic encounters in North Dark Reaches. But most importantly, with those double seals, you want to be doing your Reaper's Challenge every day, because you get twice as many Reaper marks, and they can be spent pretty well on like account-wide mounts, account-wide companions. So not something you want to disregard. Once you can be doing your Reaper's Challenge every day, try and make sure you do that. But that's only a few days still, and then that's over. And then we move to double professions. Those of you who are master crafters can take advantage of this. The rest of us can take advantage of it by, let's say, crafting flasks of potency or crafting things just to generate gold. And if you bought those, let's say, scrolls of the different areas, Sharandar and Chalt, then you could use those scrolls to get the resources to be able to sell those for a decent amount of profit, essentially exchanging guild marks for astral diamonds. Again, you would have already bought those scrolls during, let's say, a guild mark event where you get a discount. Then you get like a VIP discount just to buy a bunch of keys, ×2 in Storm Kings and Jungles, and then the Feast of Lanterns on January the 19th, with the 22nd being the exact date of the Chinese New Year. Now, then you get Cloaked Ascendancy, and then February the 2nd you get ×2 to Ravenloft or Barovia, and then ×2 Glory, and we can also see we're going to get on that February the 2nd the Wondrous Bazaar discount combined with the trade bar discount, and most likely we get the Astral Lockbox then as well, but we'll also get the Challenge of the Gods returning, which is kind of a joke event. You can watch previous videos I've made on it. Maybe I'll make another one for that. But then ×2 on February the 9th to the Center to Avernus. You can farm Juma bags, insurgencies, and so on. And then February the 16th, the Siege of Neverwinter. This is a great just daily participation event. Don't have to do too much other than just some heroic encounters. Can be a bit annoying having to wait for like the specific heroic encounters you might need. But ultimately you get like tokens of achievement, tokens of challenge, tokens of participation, which can get you some decent rewards. And lastly, for February the 23rd will be like our guild event again, getting twice as many guild marks, twice as much influence and shards, and the guild mark costs will be discounted, so you can buy as much of the guild food use you might need, along with, of course, the whole master crafting thing with the scrolls and getting the resources and so on that you wait then for double professions. So again, just Year of the Rabbit, and not too exciting, but it is quite a cute rabbit and somewhat viable for tanks. Personally, I'm pretty excited for the year after with the Year of the Dragon and see what they do. Special thank you again to all of these channel members for helping me keep my channel going. And if I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.